For centuries, the legend of El Dorado has fascinated explorers, treasure hunters, and storytellers alike. The mythical city of gold, said to be overflowing with unimaginable wealth, has driven men to embark on dangerous expeditions. Despite countless attempts, no one has ever found solid evidence of El Dorado's existence. But why does this legend continue to captivate the world's imagination? Let's dive into the story of El Dorado, its origins, its allure, and whether there's any truth behind the myth. The story of El Dorado begins not with a city, but with a king. Spanish conquistadors in the early 16th century heard tales of a golden ruler deep in South America. This king, known as El Hombre Dorado or the Gilded Man, was said to cover himself in gold dust and dive into a sacred lake as part of a ritual. Over time, the legend shifted. What began as a king transformed into the idea of a city, or even a kingdom, where gold flowed freely, hidden somewhere in the dense jungles. This transformation fueled explorers' imaginations and ambitions. Fueled by the promise of unimaginable wealth, explorers risked everything to find El Dorado. Figures like Gonzalo Pizarro, Sir Walter Raleigh, and Pedro de Ursua ventured deep into the Amazon, facing hostile tribes, tropical diseases, and unknown rivers. Their failures only strengthened the legend. Gonzalo Pizarro and Francisco Orellana's 1541 expedition is one of the earliest and most notorious searches for El Dorado. Despite their hardships and Orellana's historic navigation of the Amazon River, El Dorado remained elusive. Years later, Sir Walter Raleigh became obsessed with the myth, leading two major expeditions. Despite failing to find the city, his tales of a golden city in Guyana kept the legend alive, fueling further exploration and storytelling. El Dorado represents more than just a treasure hunt. It's a symbol of power, wealth, ambition, and obsession, emerging during the age of exploration when European powers expanded their empires, often at the expense of indigenous peoples. Even though no one has ever found El Dorado, its influence lives on in modern culture. Hollywood films, best-selling books, and video games continue to reimagine the legend, keeping the allure of a hidden golden city alive for new generations. Historians believe the myth may have stemmed from the Muisca people of Colombia. Their rulers performed a ritual involving gold dust and offerings to the gods in Lake Guatavita. Still, there's no evidence of a massive golden city. The legacy of El Dorado continues to thrive despite the golden city's absence. The story represents the pursuit of something greater, something just out of reach. It's a reminder that sometimes the journey is more important than the destination. Whether real or myth, the story of El Dorado has left a lasting mark on history. From early conquistadors to modern storytellers, the idea of a lost city of gold has become one of history's most enduring legends. The search for El Dorado continues,